Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome to Afterfall InSanity bonus episode. Today we're going to be covering the Dirty Arena, and it's probably going to be a pretty short video. Now, like many other games, Afterfall InSanity's Dirty Arena is basically just a wave-based survival combat mode where you just fight increasingly difficult waves of enemies. However, I'm just going to say this. Whereas the main game is kind of rough and unpolished and weird, it's got a bit of charm. Dirty Arena, on the other hand, is fucking complete garbage. It has no charm, and they basically gave you the same awkward combat system as the main game, only now your health doesn't regenerate, ever. Which is kind of bullshit, considering you take damage even when you're blocking. So let's just try wave 1 here, where our only option is this spiked mace thing. You can see there's Mr. Top Hat Cannibal from the main game. And then we just walk into the arena. Now, despite the arena being a fairly large square area, if you go anywhere outside of this circle, you will get shot, usually to death, by everyone standing in the audience. So our first wave here, we got 3 regular enemies who will attack you from all sides. Again, with regenerating health, it would be okay because I can take a hit or two, but since we don't have regenerating health, and I tried just running in circles for a couple minutes to see if it was just slow or something. But yeah, as you can see, every time we block a hit, we're still taking damage. But if you don't block, you just get hit 4 times instead of once. I should point out your health doesn't even regenerate when you finish a round. And there's the first death of many. Let's try that again. I feel like the developers looked at other games and saw that they had wave-based survivals, you know, everything after Gears of War 2. But they didn't actually play any of those actual games' survival modes, so they didn't really know what to put in, and that's how we ended up with this. An extremely small, restricted arena with no options for weapons or any sort of strategy other than get hit, don't get hit. If you can get them in a spot where they can't get behind you, like these little side areas, then it's easier. Oh, I actually found an invincibility frame on that guy. Okay, there's 1 dead. We broke our previous pest record. The farthest I've made it when I was trying this before was wave 2 of the first round. Yeah. If I beat these guys, it's through sheer luck, and if I make it past the next wave of guys without dying immediately, that's a blessing. Like, why did we bounce backwards there after I hit him once? Let's try this again, shall we? You know what the real fucking kicker about this is, too? They're actually selling this Dirty Arena mode as a standalone game. So, it came free with the full edition of the Steam version of Afterfall, but you can just buy this by itself for like $5. Who in their right mind would want to play just this? There are plenty of better full options that happen to have this as a side mode that you can get for a lot more entertainment out of. There are a lot of better indie games that you can get for $5 that aren't just a fucking horde mode. There's a health bar over there on the right under the wave thing. I don't know whose health bar that is. If that's our health bar, if that's their combined health bar, I'm gonna say that's probably our health bar. Which is funny, again, because in the main game, you don't have a health bar. We just have regenerating health. Oh man, we actually beat them. And as you can see, our health does not go up at all after that. I guess you're supposed to beat all 5 waves without taking any hits, somehow. And look, there's like an ammo machine over there, but if I take one step past that circle, they're gonna start shooting me, and I'm gonna die. So I don't know if I'm missing something here. Yep, there we go. I got too far out of the circle. And they shot me to death. What's the point of having a giant square arena if you're not allowed to go into all of it? Well, we're what, 5 or 6 attempts in now, and I made a game-changing discovery. If you go up and hit one of these... No, not him. If you go up and hit one of these fire barrels, it will set your weapon on fire, which kills these guys in like 1 hit. How you're supposed to know that, considering it's not something in the main game, I don't know. I actually did it by accident just when I was fighting guys next to it. That still doesn't change the fact that it's bullshit that you don't have regenerating health. Or health packs, at least. Some sort of health item. So now I'll just abuse this fire tactic. Oh. Also notice we can't actually pick up our enemies' weapons. We're forced to use this one stick forever. This guy does not actually appear in the main game as far as I can tell. I don't recognize the outfit. It's like a modified security guard. It seems tougher than the other guys though. I also don't know why they don't shoot these guys when they walk out of the arena. That is a lot of health. What the hell just happened there? Camera like spun in a circle. Again, when I tap the roll backwards, it like freaks out the camera. There we go. Still no health though. We're gonna die as soon as the next group shows up. Oh, there's still somebody over there. Did our weapon just randomly change into this lightning thing? Which I'm gonna guess we can't set on fire. Yep, that's what I figured. So they gave us a weapon that we can no longer take advantage of the fire after discovering that the fire actually works. That's intelligent, I guess. Let's see if we can make it back there. Well, at least I found the easiest way to beat Mr. Lightning Stick here is to blow him up with these barrels. They throw 2 down, and then they throw an exploding 1 down. So as long as I stick around here, they throw the last one. Takes care of him pretty easily. And even if I'm nowhere near him, I still am forced to use his weapon. I thought maybe hitting it against the ground like he does. Oh, well, I rolled out of the arena. Isn't this just so much fun? Aren't we all having fun here? Alright, I'm starting to think that the barrels are the only strategy. Just run in a circle until they throw them down. Try not to get hit. And then when the second one's down, you just run in a circle around it until you see that barrel fly over your head. Because they have gimped me and giving me this completely useless shock stick. The Look how many hits this fucking thing takes. Oh boy, round 4. What exciting challenges await us now? A guy with a sword. That's new. Still no way to beat them without taking damage. So we're just gonna run in a circle and wait for barrels. Apparently that's why they put them here. Oh. Got one of them. Of course we don't get his sword though, because, you know, wouldn't want to give us a better weapon. And we might not die horrendously. Oh look, fishmen, but now they look like, kind of look metally. That's probably just the red haze. Oh god, I got stuck. 2. Come on. One more barrel. Alright, that got a good chunk of them. Might actually be able to beat this guy with our lightning stick. These guys are easy. Since they are stunned by everything. Thanks for waiting until round 4 to give us the easy enemies. And now round 5 is not starting yet, because I guess there's more? Did I miss one somewhere? Oh. This guy. He's got stage fright. Gotta... I know if I go close to him, he's gonna hit me once and I'm gonna die. I just wanna kind of trigger him to... What is he even stuck on? He's like standing in front of the wall and he's stuck. Oh, now you're not stuck. You fuck. Unless I can fight this guy without taking a single hit, I'm gonna die, because we have a smidgen of health left. Oh, apparently we can take 2 hits. Well, on the upshot, we finished round 4. On the downside, we died, and we don't get to see what terrible boss awaits. I guess we'll give him one more try. So I was doing a bit digging around while, you know, being frustrated by these waves and having to take a break in between them, so as not to murder anyone. And I found out a few interesting things, mostly about the standalone version of this. For one, the standalone version has absolutely 0 tutorial, or anything that isn't just this, basically. You know, there's nothing to tell you how to actually play the game in the standalone version, so for people who didn't play the game, and, you know, therefore do not actually know how to play, they also have to deal with this bullshit difficulty without any idea of what they're doing. Now, the developer said that the Dirty Arena was designed as a more challenging version of the Afterfall combat, which, why would you ever want to make that? The Afterfall combat is, at its best, barely functional. At least when it comes to melee. In addition to that, the developers actually thought they were so clever that they started releasing a series of YouTube videos called Tips for the Week on how to beat Dirty Arena. And apparently there's a bunch of advanced strategies in there that aren't ever mentioned in-game. Stuff like setting your mace on fire. Thanks, game. Another thing I noticed while I was doing this a couple rounds ago is that it looks like somebody in the audience actually is throwing health or something down here, but if you try to get it, of course, they just shoot you to death. They're definitely throwing something, though. Those little chunks of meat, I guess. But yeah, if I try to go for those, even... Oh, one of them actually landed in the arena. No? Is that not actually anything? Oh boy. You know, using these barrels as a strategy is fairly ineffective because they seem to roll kind of randomly. Like, sometimes they fly all the way over to where I'm standing right now. And then sometimes they land perfectly in this little pile. Like that. Also, I figured out that all of the things I thought were things were actually just chips of barrel that the arena is slowly filling up with. This barrel thing is still my best well, there goes all barrels. This seems like the only effective way to not take too much damage. And I keep getting blown up by the barrels anyway, because I always get too close. Like there, he was randomly invincible for one of those hits. Oh boy, we made it to Wave 5. What excitement do you hold for us, Afterfall InSanity Dirty Arena? Oh, it's a guy with the flaming stick. I'm gonna blow up if I stand here. Better move. No? You're not gonna throw me a barrel? Okay, he just like teleported 100 feet forward. And the barrels are no longer flowing, so I'm supposed to fight this guy legitimately with just the stick. I guess this is their special boss. I like how the music doesn't change for this at all. And he doesn't seem to have any sound effects at all. There are a lot of threads on the Steam discussion for the standalone that are of dissatisfied customers, and can you really blame them? This literally looks like they just took random assets from the game and threw them together in a week so that they could say that they had extra content for the Steam release. I mean, really? This guy is just an upscaled model of one of the previous enemies, and they didn't even bother to put sounds on him. He's just completely dead silent. Even his swings. They couldn't just reuse sounds for that? Oh. Did I point out that if you walk out of the arena, even if you go back into the arena, people will shoot you to death? Because, you know, that's a good way to run your arena. Hey, let's just murder the competitors as soon as they take one step out of the arena. Well, we made it to the boss, and that's about all I can fucking stand of Afterfall InSanity Dirty Arena. Also, I found out that even if you complete these 5 waves, there's no checkpoint after that. If you start the next round after these 5 waves, and you lose, you have to do these 5 waves again to get there. So there's really no point in even trying to get anywhere in this. It's a complete waste of time. It was a waste of the developer's time to add in, even if it only took a week. And, yeah, that's Dirty Arena. Don't ever play it, please, for your own sanity. At least it was free for me, since, you know, I got the Steam version of Afterfall. But I feel sorry for those people who are like, oh, this game's like $4, and I like challenging wave-based survival, so I'll just give this a go. You poor fools. Anyhow, that'll do it for Afterfall InSanity. Even if this does go up before the last episode's already been recorded, and we are donezo with this. I can finally uninstall it and never look back. So until next time, I've been Shadefire, and I hope you guys have a better day than I just did. See you, folks.